And they're off. Holy Boss and Private Zone have early speed. These two come right to the front. Masochistic, then Barbados on the outside. Runhappy is away running in the 5th position. Now moves up into the 3rd spot as they head up the back stretch. Favorite Tail far outside is in 6th. Alsvin 7th back toward the inside. Limousine Liberal goes in 8th. Ivan Falanovolot is 9th. Stall Walk and Do 10th toward the inside. Saludos Amigos drops out toward the back of the pack now. He's running 9 lengths off the lead, placed to the inside of Barbados, who travels in the 11th position. And then Wild Dude, Big Mocker, a long way back to Kobe's back, whose last 22 seconds, the time for the opening quarter. Holy Boss toward the inside, Private Zone on the outside, and these two going at it for the lead off the far turn. A gap of 3 to Runhappy, who's still in 3rd. Favorite Tail is 4th, looking to the far outside off the turn. And then Ivan Falanovolot, who's in 5th. Private Zone has taken the lead from Holy Boss. Runhappy takes aim with Favorite Tail on the outside in 4th. Final furlong, Private Zone the leader. Runhappy just keeps coming at him past the 16th pole. Runhappy, and boy, does this horse love to run. The aptly named Runhappy for Edgar Prado to take it.
And that was the crowning of a sprint champion last year, with Runhappy defeating Private Zone to get the score there at Keeneland, his home base, for the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Runhappy, as we have been talking about throughout the show, was said over the weekend that he will be retired to Claiborne Farms there in Kentucky and will have the stall of the great Secretariat. 2015 champion sprinter and never lost sprinting. Those 3 losses were all at the mile distance, so no horse ever proved to be faster than Runhappy in a sprint. $1.5 million is what he ended up earning, and all of it started on a cold night at Turfway Park. I mean, the story revolving around Runhappy is so amazing. We actually have the past performances here in front of us, and let me go ahead and get my highlighter out as I'll take you through, and we'll show you. Runhappy. I'm sorry, I've already just knocked out these top 2 lines. Let's just forget that those ever even happened. But one thing that you will see with Runhappy, first of all, well, like I said, it all started at Turfway Park last December. The King's Bishop, to me, was really the coming out party. That 1:20 and 2. What an exceptional time there in the King's Bishop. And the reason that race really stood out, the horse was coming in from Ellis Park in Indiana Grand. Ellis Park in Indiana Grand. Not too many times are you going to be taken seriously in a grade 1 at Saratoga. And another thing, too, for all these ones across the page, look at the calls right here. I'll show you. Broke 10th, broke 11th, and broke 11th, and still was able to get to the lead. I know I've got this really wide pen for whatever reason in my annotation, but to show that this horse could break slow and still get the win, look at the Phoenix with Edgar Prado. Look at this comment over here. Off slow and the saddle slipped. Off slow and the saddle slipped, and still got a victory there from the inside post. Let's go back to the King's Bishop and show you what I thought was one of the best coming out parties we've seen in quite some time. From the outside post, sets a stakes record.
Grand Billy cuts the corner in 4th. March on the move on the far outside. And then it's Mr. Z. A furlong to go. Runhappy and Edgar Prado. They've got a 2-length lead as they come down to the 16th pole. It's Runhappy in front. Limousine Liberal. Holy Boss can't get him. Runhappy has won the Naira.com King's Bishop by 4. Limousine Liberal was 2nd, and then it was Holy Boss and Watershed in a final time of 1 minute 20.54 seconds.
That 1:20.54 is truly an amazing time. Now that I've got my highlighter in full effect, thank you, that feels a lot better. Okay, 1:20.54, let's put it this way. At Saratoga, going 7 furlongs, they also run the Forego. Did you know that in the entire time that they had raced in the Forego, for older horses going 7 furlongs, not one horse had ever gone under 121. And as a 3-year-old went 1:20.54, you know, the Breeders' Cup Sprint that we showed you, he did show a new element there. For a horse that is just a dead nuts front runner, all these ones, he did show the ability to sit there in 3rd and to be able to gun down a horse like Private Zone. Another thing, too, look at some of the jockeys that rode him. Emilio Garcia rode him first time out. Young apprentice Aaron Walker rode him at Indiana Grand and at Ellis Park. And, you know, if we can just take that black line and draw out the 9th beat in 21, you'd see basically all ones across the page for Runhappy. So I really get the sense that Claiborne has been onto what could be a generational type stallion. I really believe that. I'm not going to, look, I'll give you a peek if you want to see him, 8th beat in 15 and 4th beat in whatever in the last 2, and still looked the part. I just think for a horse that was bred to run long, but was that fast, that's the combination to be a great stallion. He never once had Lasix, and in terms of the medications, he was your prototypical hay and oats type. And, you know, we look at Super Saver. Super Saver was by Maria's Mon. Maria's Mon, the only stallion to produce 2 Kentucky Derby winners since the turn of the century. Super Saver was one of them. Monarchos was the other. When they bought Runhappy, they thought he would be a Kentucky Derby type. They thought he'd be a distance type based on the breeding, but then again, he was just so fast that they couldn't help but to sprint him last year. And then, like I said, just for full disclosure, I'll give you a little peek. Oof, oh, tough to see. 8th beat in 15 and 4th beat in 2, but boom, black lines. Let's just act like the 4-year-old campaign never happened. Runhappy, standing now at Claiborne Farms, and I've said all along, I think he's got all of the right makings to be a great stallion. He will begin at $25,000 for that stud fee, and as it is well noted, he did get the stall of 1 Secretariat.